What's up, everybody? It's Jack here. I'm back, and today I'm going to talk about a huge trade that went down. Really excited about it, as the Mets have acquired Carlos Carrasco and Francisco Lindor. So I know I had talked about this trade before. With so many people were saying, the Mets are the front runners for Lindor. Lindor was going to be traded by opening day. All this stuff. And look what we have here. He's been traded. So, let's take a look at the trade. So the Mets are trading Lindor and Carrasco, or Mets are getting Lindor and Carrasco, and the Indians are getting Andres Gimenez, Ahmed Rosario, Josh Wolf, and Isaiah Green. So off the bat, Mets are trading a star young shortstop. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but I think Jimenez is pretty good. He's really good fielder and decent hitter, and I think he can develop his hitting a lot. Then Ahmed Rosario, he was a really high-ranked prospect, and I think he's decent. I mean, he's kind of figured it out. Obviously, he hasn't blossomed into like a Trey Turner, I guess maybe even Trevor Story type player that they were thinking he was gonna develop into. But he's not a bad player, and I think he's kind of underrated in that sense. I hit 282 in 2019. Not a huge power hitter, but still, I think he's a decent player. Then Josh Wolf, who is the number 9 prospect in the Mets farm system. So it'll be really interesting to see how the Indians develop him. They're just so good at developing pitchers. Then Isaiah Green, who I know absolutely nothing about. So overall, part of this trade that a lot of people need to take into account is that it's basically somewhat of a salary dump. They're packaging Lindor with Carrasco, who I don't think has a bad contract. I mean, 2 for $24, that's his remaining deal. That's a great contract for Carrasco. I mean, he's a pretty good starter. And $12 million for him. I mean, that's nothing. But the Indians, the main reason they're trading Lindor is because they don't want to have to pay him that multi-billion-dollar contract that he's going to get. Realistically, I think he'll probably get that's so hard to say, but somewhere in the 245 range for 7 years, something like that. Anthony Rendon type deal. He's gonna get a lot of money, and the Indians don't like paying people, so that's why they're trading Lindor. Again, I'm not really sure why they're trading Carrasco. I guess it was to get another prospect or two, and package him off while he's kind of fading away from his prime. And I think they also want to get their young guys more starts, maybe have a chance to develop more guys. It's crazy, man. They trade away so many good pitchers and players in general, and they just keep bringing guys in. I mean, brought in McKenzie. I mean, their rotation, they've traded away Corey Kluber, who wasn't that good when they traded him away, but Corey Kluber, Clevenger, Bauer, and Carrasco. And they still have 2, in my opinion, Cy Young contenders for next year, which is incredible. Which I'm talking about, which is Bieber, and then Tristan McKenzie, who I think is an absolute stud, and is a watch for a breakout player next season. He is incredible. So anyways, overall, I think the Mets probably win this trade. They get a star shortstop and a pretty decent starter when they don't, like my friend was saying, they're not giving up a top 5 prospect. Josh Wolf was the highest prospect they gave up, and then you don't need Jimenez or Rosario because you have Francisco Lindor. He's going to be your shortstop for the next 10 years. So the Indians do get a decent return here. They get 3 solid players. I think they'll hopefully be able to develop Josh Wolf, and then Isaiah Green. It's a little disappointing, I don't know. if I'm an Indians fan, I'm a little disappointed I didn't even get a top 10 prospect from the Mets. The Mets really didn't have to give up that much to get Lindor. So hats off to them. Great job. Um, in terms of, for me, it's hard to see where the Indians are going. They don't re-sign Carlos Santana. They're trading away Lindor, trading away Carrasco. Are they trying to win now? Are they rebuilding? I don't really know. And I'm still kind of trying to make sense of this trade. Obviously, this is a good move for the Mets. And they're not the best team in the division, right? Don't get me wrong. The Braves are still the best team in this division. I think they're still close with the Nats also. I think the Nats are kind of flying under the radar a bit. But, this obviously does make them a better team. I hope they lead off Lindor. So then their lineup will be Lindor lead off, second McNeil, third Alonso, fourth J.D. Davis, fifth Nimmo, Dom Smith, and then so forth. So, yeah, I hope that's how it shakes out. But overall, huge trade for baseball. Love some off-season action. Next video is going to be talking about Liam Hendricks, who's headed to the White Sox. But anyways, thank you guys, and I'll see you later.